present moment is being right here, right now. Fully you in all aspects. Fully aware and attentive, knowing what's going on and really knowing who you are. The major benefit about being in the present moment is that you're no longer mulling over the past, and you're no longer anxious about the future. And having these two things out of your life, that only leaves the one moment, which is the only moment that actually exists, which is right now. Now, the reason why we get a little caught up with this whole not being in the present moment is because of our minds. Now, our mind is constantly thinking. You probably noticed that there's a fair constant chatter going on through the mind. Now, a lot of it will be about past events, maybe thinking possible regrets of past events, or replaying out the situation, whatever it is. Or it could be in the future, and it's thinking about events that are going to happen, but you might think of them anxiously, you might be a little nervous about it, you might think of what could go wrong, whatever it is. So, it's good to be aware of these things. It's good to be consciously aware of what you're thinking about. Because when you're consciously aware of what you're thinking about, then you know what you are about to create. So this is the main reason why I'm here today, is for one, to be able to be in the present moment, but for two, to realize the power of the present moment. For the present moment will allow you to create the reality in which you choose. Now, there's many realities that you can choose, and there's many realities you probably lived in. You probably lived in some positive realities, you probably lived in some negative ones. And the idea is to give you an idea of how to create reality and how to consistently give yourself the life that is best for you and those that are around you. So let's get into creating reality through the present moment here. So let's go for an example. Now we need conscious awareness to be able to identify what we are creating. So let's go into the past mindset, and let's just give an example here. So say you went for a job interview, you got a call back, and you didn't get the job. Now, you might start thinking about this, start thinking about what went wrong, start maybe thinking that, maybe you weren't good enough, whatever it is. So stop right now. Conscious awareness is what the tool that you're going to need in this situation. So basically, you start to see yourself thinking about what happened and thinking about the negative aspects of what happened. Now, the longer you think about this, the longer you feel about this, well, that will create your next reality. So, yes, you may want to look back at the interview, but what you want to do is maybe identify a mistake that was made and now start thinking about how you're going to correct that mistake and what the positive out of it, right? Like what we have learned and what we are going to do next time. So say we weren't as confident in ourselves coming into that interview. So now we're thinking about, how confident we really are, how I could have done this. Let's start imagining how I could have gone into that office, how confident I could have been. So now we're thinking and now we're feeling about the way that we actually want to be acting. Now, once these feelings and thoughts become the overriding thoughts and feelings, are the main things you think about and feel, well, then that's the reality that's going to be created. Now, that's just a very small example of it. But that's where thinking in the past, and now you've completely turn that around. So use conscious awareness to realize, okay, well, I want to create the reality that I want. So therefore, I am going to think about the reality that I want. So I know it does sound a little bit simple, but we actually aren't doing this. Now, just to go a little further in on this might be a bit of a tougher idea to grasp, but it's important that I mention it. Now, you've probably noticed that mental illness is fairly rampant these days. A lot of people do have mental illnesses. A lot of people are on certain pills. A lot of people are in a situation where they don't feel like they have control over their minds. And the real problem with this is that a lot of people are mind identified, and I'm not saying that I'm even fully mind identified. I practice this conscious awareness as often as I can, but there's still those few times when when you're really stressed out, and then you start kind of letting your mind take over a little bit. But what I mean about being mind identified is that you think that you are your mind. We are actually the observer. We observe what we are thinking in our minds. So say you have a thought saying, oh, I want a cheeseburger. Now say another thought comes into play, oh no, I want a healthier option, I want a salad, chicken salad, say. Okay, so those are two decisions. Those are two kind of opposite ones too. So to say those are both you, wouldn't that cause a bit of conflict here? That's the whole idea. We aren't our mind. We are the observer of our mind. We're the observer of our entire situation. And we are the ultimate decision maker. So we can choose which thoughts we wish to pursue, we wish to expand, we wish to choose that is something that resonates with us, so that thought is ours. But it's not to say every thought is us and every thought is what we choose. There's a lot of programming like that. That's what marketing is. Marketing is to get out there products and get people to like them and choose them and whatnot. So basically what I'm trying to say is that when you're mind identified, you have a much more difficult time choosing which thoughts to keep and which thoughts to just allow to pass by and don't give any time. Now, the way to do this the best, Esther and Jerry Hicks, I don't know if you've heard of them, the Teachings of Abraham, but what they refer to, the best way to kind of get through all this is through your feelings. And your feelings are actually your modern day GPS system. When you listen to your feelings, so say we go back to that cheeseburger thought, you now feel how that cheeseburger thought is, and now you feel how that chicken salad thought is. Whatever feels better inside, not whatever is going to taste better, whatever is going to taste better at this moment, but whatever feels better, whatever feels like the right decision, that is the right decision, and that corresponds to every and all situation. Say you're in a group situation, maybe you're being made fun of a little bit, or whatever's happening, and you got a negative feeling about it, or whatnot. That's your GPS system. That's telling you, get out of there. That's not the place for you. If you're in a group of people and friends, they should be making you feel good, or at least you should be able to at some point express that they were making you feel good, so there's a chance for change. Whatever there is to it, it's don't allow yourself to be living in negative, bad feelings. Like that's not the life that any of us should have to live. We should all be living in good feelings, and we should all be able to embrace any of the pain that we may have experienced. Now, I only have one more minute here, so I just want to say one more thing here about the present moment, and that is that you can get there at any point, at any time during the day. All it is to be consciously aware that you are the observer. So now your thoughts, they can keep flowing, but you can just watch them keep passing by. You don't got to expand any of them. You don't got to go into this crazy feeling state about any of them. What you want to do is just allow it all to pass and realize that who you are is the observer. Who you are is all these decisions. And it will bring up some feelings and such, but the idea is to be able to feel these things, and there is still a fair bit of hurt that's been bent up inside us that ends up coming usually out as anger, but the important thing is to feel this hurt and to let those feelings pass as well, because we don't want to bottle up or hold on to feelings. They end up coming out towards other people and directed in the way that we really don't want them directed. I don't think anyone really wants to be angry and hurt other people. It's just simply a lot of bottled up emotions and a lot of things that that have happened in those people's lives that they haven't yet been able to take care of, or maybe just haven't had the support or people around them or the know-how or whatever it is. You know, it's simply just some unawareness. Okay, I've got